Hello everybody, welcome to this edition of the Coaching Conversation. In this series, we're looking to help business owners, business leaders see how coaching can help them and their teams be the people they want to be, achieve the things they really want to achieve in their life. We also aim it at fellow coaches. What we're really looking to do is to show them our experiences and hope that inspires them and helps them develop their own skills and practices. I'm Graham Wiley. I've been coaching business leaders and business owners around the world for the last 2 decades. Nothing more to say now other than get ready, get comfortable. Here comes this edition of the Coaching Conversation. Hello, welcome to this week's edition of the Coaching Conversation. Well, today I'm going to talk about exit. Not mine, not yours, but generally people's exit from their businesses. Business owners often will talk about exit in global terms, in very loose terms in my experience. And very often they haven't properly thought it through. It's just some vague concept of the future. They're so busy, working so hard, they've got so many problems on their plate. This is something to worry about some point down the line. And then one day they wake up and that future's arrived, and whether that's through illness or someone's made an acquisition approach or they've decided they really do want to go on and do something else, whatever that is, the moment will arrive where exit is appropriate. And the problem with exit is that there's no real definition of it in a private company. In a business privately owned, the kind of factors that come into play are really quite unique to the individual or the individuals who own that business. So let's assume it's a business that's owned by one person. He or she's probably the founder and has taken something from nothing and created a business that has provided them with both an income and a personal sense of purpose. And often it's the most important thing other than their family in their lives. So when it comes to exit, trying to help as a coach, what you're really trying to do is to help that person think through what exit really means. What is their definition of exit? And it's not as though it's on a scale between 0 and 100, but it equally isn't one black and white answer. So exit could be you sell the shares, you don't stay around and you go off and do something else. It could be you sell some of the shares and you stay in the business. It could be that you're passing on to the younger generation. It could be that you're going to be bought out and you're only going to be required for a very set period of time for a transition, call it a year. It could be that actually exit looks like an acquisition. You're going to buy somebody that brings in the new management that's going to be the next generation for you, and you're going to step back and be a non-exec chairman or something else. So one of the very first sets of questions as a coach you would have for someone who's kicking around the concept of exiting their business is, when it's gone, what do you want it to be? What do you want your life to be? Do you still want to be working? If you do you want to be working part-time? Do you want to be working in this business or something else? Do you literally want to be retired and doing all those hobbies you promised you would do and never had the time? Do you want to still own the business but have someone else manage it? And kicking through all of these thoughts very often enables people to work out what it is they really do want, because it's not so much that they already know. They often don't, in my experience, because they've never really given it that thought. As I said at the beginning, they've been putting this dreaded day off. And then helping them come to terms with what their own personal priorities will be post-exit, they can then shape the exit that they want. Now, this kind of timetable is very long. The coaching period to just get someone to really grasp exit could easily be 3 to 6 months. I know that sounds ridiculous, but do you know what? There's a lot of people to talk to. Partners, spouses, friends, professional advisors. Certainly things like taxation come up here, financings come up here, and actually coming to a conclusion about which you are confident to make decisions does take quite a lot of time in this context. And then if you decide to sell, well, that can easily be 6 to 12 months before you've actually done the deal. And so if you are a business owner and you are thinking about your exit at some point, it'll be a really good idea to be a couple of years ahead of that before you arrive at the point where you want to have exited, so that you can have planned it, managed it, executed it to be the exit that you want it to be. Part of the coach's role is to help the person considering their exit to have fully thought through exactly the personal ramifications of all of this. Are they sure that when it's gone and they're fully retired, they're going to be as fulfilled as they want to be? And if they're not, what's that going to do with the people around them? How are they going to feel? So let's take a situation where someone's in his mid-40s, married with relatively young children, and he's close to burnout and he wants to sell. How is his wife going to feel when he's at home cutting the grass and working in the greenhouse? That might be okay for a period, but it's probably got very short legs on it. And so the realism of what life looks like in a personal sense needs challenging by the coach as well. They need to be very clear about what they're going to do when they're finished. Sometimes it's important to remind them that if they're selling for a significant amount of money, that money will also need managing. It's not simply a matter of having gained financial security. You need to manage that financial security, and that can be, if not a full-time job, a fairly heavy part-time job. Because whilst you can delegate it to advisors and fund managers and so on, in the end, you're going to want to keep your eye on it. And in the end, you're going to still be involved in fundamental decisions about where that money is placed. And if it's more actively managed, you're going to buy another business or another 2 or 3 businesses, albeit run by other people. Then how much time are you going to give to them? What involvement do you really want to have? What does that look like? And so actually role modeling, role playing life after exit is pretty key to helping people work through exactly what it is that they're going to achieve and how they're going to live their life after exit. Which then brings you right back to, what's the exit that I really want? So there you have it. Helping business owners exit their business. It's never as easy as it should be. It's much more complicated than they expect. They normally leave it too late, and it always benefits from plenty of long-term planning. Hope that was useful, and I'll see you again in the next coaching conversation. Bye-bye. So there you have it. That was the latest edition of the Coaching Conversation. Hope it was useful. Hope it did what it was meant to do for you. If you want any more information about our coaching practice, it's at the executivemindset.co.uk. While you're there, you can book your own free session, which will give you a much deeper insight to what coaching can really do for you. If you enjoyed the session, please give us a good rating. And if you want to reach out for further information, do email me at theexecutivemindset@sagegreen.com. That's about it for this time, and look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.